Good afternoon or morning, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast. This will be another update on major windstorm Sadie. It will start bringing snow within the next couple of hours here in the Rockies, and then within the next around 17 to 20 hours, it becomes a widespread now into the Dakotas, and from the 17 hours out to all the way up to 48 hours, we'll possibly see incredibly heavy snowfall throughout areas into the north central plains and the Midwest. Again, guys, we're still planning on seeing 1 to 2 feet of snowfall, if not 2+ feet, and around 2.5 maximum. So again, we're gonna be seeing a ton of snow from the system. It's gonna be a crazy Easter blizzard. Millions will be without power due to the very strong winds. We do actually have high wind warnings in effect, and with these very heavy snowfall, we'll possibly be seeing blizzard conditions, and it's definitely gonna be whiteout conditions. It's gonna be crazy. Again, we're gonna be seeing single digits as temperatures. We have major new updates on the National Weather Service. Millions have been added to a winter weather alert, and millions will actually be added later on. Again, we're going to be looking at a detailed radar to see exactly the timing of the snow and also detailed snowfall totals. So if you're new, be sure to subscribe, guys. We are one subscriber away from 2,100 subscribers. We got there so quick. We were just at 2,082 days ago. So thank you guys all for the support. Be sure to share the channel. I will have another update on the incredibly historic severe weather outbreak later today, and I'm hoping that I can get some good coverage tomorrow on a first experience on the huge severe weather. But again, without further ado, let's get in the video. So we're going to be starting off with the National Weather Service. Again, here you can see the windstorm Sadie track just by the alert. So now we have millions have been added in windstorm watches in the Midwest overnight, and we have a couple other states that have been added to the winter weather advisories, and the windstorm warnings did move eastward into the north central plains. So again, we're going to be starting off with the winter weather advisory. That's the light purple color. That's where we'll be seeing the lighter amounts of snowfall. Going to be on the calmer side of the system, but you're still going to be seeing a decent amount of snowfall, but just not the most out of the whole system. That's going to be areas out there into far southwestern Minnesota, including western and central Nebraska, including North Platte. Also into the far north central Rockies in Colorado. Seeing much of the corners of Wyoming under the winter weather advisories, and other scattered areas in central Wyoming, including going straight through central South Dakota, and then going through the central part of Montana, including all the way up into West Yellowstone. Now in the windstorm warnings, that is actually in the pink, so that's possibly seeing the worst, close to the worst of the snowfall. Not only the snowfall rate, also possibly snowfall accumulation, but also the visibility is going to be a lot worse in these areas. The winds will be a lot worse in these, such as Nebraska, Wyoming, and also Nebraska. That's what we've seen the worst winds, and that's going to be minimizing the visibility, making it worse conditions, and it's worse of a snowfall, of a snowstorm. But the higher snowfall totals will be in the Great Lakes, but still seeing very good amounts of snowfall in some of these areas. So that's going to be for southern South Dakota, areas like Valentine, Nebraska, Rapid City, also including areas near Casper, Wyoming, going all the way up into Helena, Montana. So that's what we have there. And then the windstorm watches have been added to the Midwest. That's including now Marquette, Eau Claire, other areas out there into far north central Minnesota. We have St. Paul, Minneapolis have been added in these windstorm watches. They're in the far northern counties there of these windstorm watches areas, so they're right on the border. We have Rochester, areas near Sioux City. I believe we have also including areas near Sioux City, of course, Columbus, Grand Island, and Norfolk, and then Storm Lake, and then other areas out here into northern Wisconsin. We do have Marshfield, Iron Mountain, and also Park Falls. So now we'll be looking at the general radar here, and then we'll start looking at the detailed one. So again, later tomorrow we'll start seeing the snow becoming a bit more widespread, with these winds are pushing it out of the mountains. Also with the cold front that's coming in, you're going to be seeing temperatures drop up to 20 degrees within a 24-hour period, which is quite crazy. So here we have that snow as far east of central South Dakota and southern North Dakota, and see the heavy snowfall in Montana and other areas such as Wyoming. In these higher elevations, going to be seeing quite the heavy snowfall there. Here we have our defined low pressure system at 991 millibars. And then with the next 40, as we get now into Sunday around afternoon hours here, this is going to become a whole different system. It's actually going to really start to strengthen with the low pressure system as right here. And this is definitely going to, this low pressure system will start to strengthen. That's going to also strengthen the amount of snowfall and the rate. Here you're going to be seeing these isobars coming down out here. This is going to bring in very strong winds. I can see how close these isobars are. That's including very strong winds. Again, that's also going to minimize the visibility with this very heavy snowfall, especially for highways. So definitely don't want to get on the roads right now. Seeing the outskirts going all the way up into Wisconsin, Minnesota. Seeing the snow starting off light, and then as we continue to go on, you start to see the snow get a bit heavier and heavier and heavier. Again, heavy snowfall by tomorrow afternoon will be in southwestern Minnesota, northern Nebraska, and south central South Dakota. So such as Valentine, Sioux City, Pierre, and all the way up out here into Casper, Wyoming, and even North Platte, we'll be seeing the very heavy snowfall. By Monday early morning, this low pressure system gets very, very strong. It's going to be going up to 975 millibars, so definitely strengthening. And we'll also be seeing the heaviest of the snowfall now for Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Arizona, Rochester, Minnesota. You guys are on the bullseye for the heaviest snowfall. Of course, look at these isobars, these winds again coming from the south central. These isobars are incredibly close, and it's definitely going to cause some very, very strong winds here. Again, the stronger this low pressure system is, the more moisture and the stronger the jet stream is out here in the south central. That's definitely going to cause a ton of issues out there in the Midwest, including areas near Des Moines now, Sioux City, Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska, maybe even Kansas City, Minneapolis, and St. Paul. You guys can start getting that very heavy snowfall. By later Monday afternoon, we'll continue to see that snow now for even Milwaukee, Madison, Wisconsin, Green Bay, Marquette. You guys will be added to these winter weather advisories and watches very soon. Looks like it's going to avoid Chicago now and avoid areas near Lansing. So looks like it's going to be staying a bit more to the west now, not avoiding crossing Lake Michigan. So it looks like now Chicago, Lansing, and even Gary, Indiana, you guys won't be seeing any snow in this as of right now. Now we'll be looking at the detailed European model again. Next 12 hours, we'll start seeing the snow becoming a bit more widespread here, entering again Pierre, also including areas into northwestern Wyoming. And then with the next 20 hours, things start to get a bit crazy here with these winds, and starting to see things start to get a bit worse visibility-wise. Let's actually now check the Midwest here. See detailed and how exactly what cities and all of that we've seen the heaviest snow. Let's actually get in the next 24 hours. Again, the next 24 hours, this will definitely be quite different from now. Seeing the lighter snowfall behind. So actually, we're going to be seeing very heavy snowfall from the start. So you can be seeing green 1 second, then it'll start really, really big, fluffy snowflakes will be falling down, and then we'll see the lighter side of the snowfall. Maybe could be moderate snowfall in some areas right here into Rapid City, but seeing the heavy snowfall in southwestern Minnesota. Seeing the bullseye. The bullseye will be maintaining around right here for the heavy snowfall. Right here is like the bullseye. You could also possibly move it down into northwestern Iowa if you want. But again, that's just going to differ with the models you look at. As in the next 30 hours, things start to get a bit more interesting from the Midwest. It does not get any better. It actually starts to get a lot worse with the rate of this snowfall falling. It's just going to get a lot worse. We're going to be seeing, again, blizzard conditions out here for Rochester, Eau Claire. Still seeing the lighter side of snowfall out here into the plains. And that's actually now get into the Great Lakes. If we can get detailed the snowfall here throughout this, we'll probably be seeing the worst of it right here. In the next 48 hours, again, we'll be seeing the very heavy snow now for the panhandle of Michigan. Continue to see that snow out here into northern Iowa and southeastern Minnesota. Still seeing that snow starting to lighten up for Eau Claire and for out there into north central Wisconsin. Of course, Wisconsin Dells, you start to get that snow. Starting to get that for Green Bay now. It looks like a lot less snowfall will be coming down. And it looks like maybe Traverse City, you guys might be included. And then we'll see the snow still hanging out here. Mainly just lake effect and just the cold air continuing to bring in some light snow showers in the coming days after this. Now we'll be looking at the NAM 3KM model, who are the GFS here. In the next 12 hours, again, start seeing that snow arriving into South Dakota. Arriving light to moderate, we'll have scattered areas that can be seeing some heavier snowfall just depending on exactly where you live. It will be very light to moderate, but again, it's definitely going to be quite heavy for beginning-wise of the first waves. In the next 20 hours, again, we'll be seeing the worst of the snowfall into southern South Dakota here, south of Michelle, southwest of Michelle, and then very heavy snowfall for Valentine, Nebraska there. You guys will definitely be seeing close to the bullseye for the visibility, just how bad it's going to be. Next 24 hours, again, starting to get out there into southwestern Michigan. Not Michigan, Minnesota. It's starting to get there. And starting to see that snow now arriving to northeastern South Dakota, getting close to the border with North Dakota and Minnesota. Start seeing that freezing rain threat. Good thing is it's not like Quincy or Ruth, where we saw that very big layer of ice. I'm really glad we're not having a huge ban like that, because that would not be good for Easter Sunday. But since we are in quarantine, we won't be seeing too many people on the roads. And either way, with even this, you shouldn't be on the roads at all. Again, the next 28 hours, we'll be seeing complete whiteout conditions for Sioux City, out there into far northeastern Nebraska, Sioux Falls. And then we'll start to see that ice layer kind of getting a bit thicker, but again, it's going to be very light and very unorganized for Iowa and Nebraska. But as we get closer now to Wisconsin and Michigan, we'll see a more organized system there. And then the next 40 hours, this is going to continue to bring that very heavy snow for the Panhandle. And again, maybe seeing that some ice and sleet for Madison, Wisconsin, and Milwaukee. You might see some snow flurries for Chicago, but that's really it. Snowfall totals here quite high, actually, so quite interesting how much snow we'll be seeing with this system. Definitely not looking like an Easter Sunday system you'll see. So for pure South Dakota, you guys will be seeing around 2 to 4 inches. If you're south of the city, maybe climbing the 5 inches. Rapid City snowfall totals have actually gone up quite a bit. It looks like you might be climbing up to 6 to 10 inches of snowfall for Rapid City. Would not doubt if you guys maybe climb to 12 inches, but that's a bit of on the higher side there. In other areas near Spearfish, you guys might getting close to 12 inches of snowfall out here into Valentine, Nebraska. You guys getting close to 9 to 12 inches, maybe even 13 inches maximum. Again, Sioux City climbing up to 6 to 10 inches of snowfall. Again, out there northeastern Nebraska, starting to see some 14 inches in some scattered areas out there. Sioux City into northwestern Iowa, you guys be seeing possibly 11 to 14 inches of snowfall. Looks like out here into Minneapolis, you guys have actually increased in snowfall as well. So you guys might get a foot of snowfall, and just a day ago, you guys only get 4 inches. So quite a big difference. And again, definitely not seeing that much snow here as well, because it is maintaining a bit more westward, avoiding Lake Michigan. And snowfall totals have also gone up for the southern counties of Minnesota, getting possibly 16 to 18 inches of snowfall. Rochester still looking like 10 to 14 inches. Eau Claire possibly seeing 8 to 11 inches of snowfall, maybe even 12 inches. Green Bay, you guys might see scattered areas with the 5+ inches. So don't give up on this threat of snowfall. Again, to northern Wisconsin, seeing 12 to 15 inches, and near Marquette, we'll be climbing to 17 to 24+ inches of snowfall, maybe climbing up to 32 inches right here. So again, definitely a ton of snowfall to come here. Now we'll be looking at the new European snowfall totals again. Still seeing a good amount to come for Montana and Wyoming. Not really even close to halfway done with this yet. Still seeing some scattered areas in these higher elevations. Could be climbing 7 to 12 inches of snowfall. And then for Helena, 2 to 5 inches. Billings could be seeing 3 to 7 inches of snowfall. Casper, Wyoming, around 4 to 7 inches. Let's say Jackson, 3 to 5.5 inches. Again, snowfall totals for Denver also possibly getting close to around 3 to 5 inches, and maybe Colorado Springs could be getting up to 8 inches maximum. Let's go now into the Midwest, so we can see a lot closer, not such a far view. Oh, actually went to North America. That's what I would have wanted. The United States is actually now going to the Midwest here. All right, so this is what we'll be seeing in the Midwest. Again, seeing some quite some good snowfall totals to come here. Again, Rapid City, 7 to 9 inches. Really, Pierre again 2 to 4 inches. Valentine, Nebraska, up to 6 inches. Looks like out there again, northeastern Nebraska getting up to 5 to possibly 9 inches. Sioux City, 5 to 7 inches of snowfall. Minneapolis still looking on the lower side for the European model, and St. Paul only showing now 5 to 9 inches, not 10 inches maximum. And then this was start to see things getting crazy for Rochester. Again, seeing 11 to 13 inches for the border right here. You'll be seeing up to 15 plus inches. And then let's actually now moving to the Great Lakes, so we can see Wisconsin and out there into Michigan. Let's actually just go to Michigan and Wisconsin separately if we can actually find it really quick. But again, snowfall totals are going to be really crazy throughout these areas. Not really Easter-like snowfall totals even for these areas. Again, you'll be seeing that very heavy snowfall again to 13 to 16 inches throughout central Wisconsin. Looking like we can get 13 to 15 inches, not 16, for Eau Claire. Looks like out there into the far northwestern part, it looks like we'll be seeing 4 to 8 inches of snowfall. Again, looks like Marquette still seeing up to 28 inches of snowfall to come. So definitely Marquette's going to be possibly the snowiest city out of this whole system. But wow, it's going to be crazy for the panhandle of Michigan. Even all the way over here, we'll be seeing 3 inches still. So definitely quite the crazy snowfall here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye guys.